MIS 304 teaches you all about learning how to code in Python. However, there are so many other coding languages out there. This video, created by Ella Wang, Roy Elias, Paul Yun, Carolyn Sue, and Kate Parkman, is going to tell you all about the basics of batch scripting. While batch might seem confusing to general users, it can be a powerful tool. Consisting of sample text files containing commands, batch is great at automating large numbers of repetitive tasks. But let's see what other people have to say about batch.
Alright, so do you have any coding experience?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I'm learning Java on the side, I'm learning Python, and I plan to learn C++ over the summer.
And even though you don't have any coding experience, do you know what batch scripting is or what it's used for?
No, honestly, I have no idea.
I have not. No, I have not.
So what do you think it is?
Batch scripting? Okay, well, if you're talking about coding, I feel like I don't know anything about coding, but I imagine it would be like a similar, like, database to like SQL or something. I actually have no idea, and I don't want to answer because it's probably really embarrassing.
Okay, that's fine.
So what exactly is batch scripting? Well, batch scripting is a set of text files that utilizes the .bat or .cmd extensions and are read through an interface called the command interpreter. Though scripting may seem too difficult to comprehend as a beginner programmer, more advanced programmers that are more familiar with coding often find it useful due to the fact that it promotes more automation of tasks. Just like the name says, batch scripting is useful when it comes to automating a large amount of redundant actions. Rather than having to constantly enter in instructions, one can simply perform tasks by clicking on the batch files twice.
Okay, so there are several uses for batch files, some of which include setting up servers for different purposes, automating housekeeping activities such as deleting unwanted files or updating the status of service on your computer. So for example, you can create or delete the status of administrative users from your computer. You can also automate the deployment of applications from one environment to another, or do things such as automatically pinning or crashing certain websites. You can also do things like creating portals to websites or other places in your computer that you wish to access. Another very powerful use is that of installing programs on variant machines at once. And not only this, but you can also do simple stuff like setting timers with built-in calculators or accessing and creating files.
To code in Windows batch scripting, all you require is a machine that can run Windows. Batch files are generally saved as a .bat file and can be opened using one of Windows' basic programs, Notepad. Batch files consist of plain ASCII text, meaning that almost any text editor program will do the job just fine. That means a program such as Windows Microsoft Word can be saved using .bat and can be double-clicked and run as a Windows batch script. It is important to save the file as a .bat or .cmd or else the program will not run. By having it saved as that, all you have to do to run it is go to the file where it is saved to, double-click it, and the command prompt will run and it will process accordingly. Most of the text editor programs will try and save the file under its file extension. For example, Notepad will try and save the file as .txt, so it is important to modify the file name accordingly. For language syntax, we'll look over the basic terminology. So to output a word or variable, you put @echo, and then @echo and a string name such as hello world @pause would output hello world into the command prompt. To instantiate a variable, you have to use @set. You use @set and the variable name equal to, you cannot have spaces in between, and then hello world for a string name or 5 or a number for an int. You utilize, or you can print out the variable by doing @echo and then having 2 percentage signs between it and the variable name. That will output whatever variable you have. For an if then, you utilize @if and then you output it if it is true. Similar to Python, it is utilized as a conditional and can be used the same way. For loops are kind of different because they require a different format. You use for, such as in Python, but you have to use do command in order to set your conditionals. While looping can be done as well, but it requires further coding.